Hi, in this topic, we will see a case study. We'll try to implement a case study that is a course registration system for one university. A university wants to develop a new course registration system to streamline the process for students, faculty, and the administrators. They need the database to manage the course information, student registration details, and the faculty assignments. An ER diagram will be created to visualize the entities, attributes, and the relationships. Now see, this is very little requirement client has given. Right? This is what we need to do. You need to develop a software for this, but before developing a software, you need to first design the database. And we know what is the first step in designing the database. Create the entity relationship diagrams, right? So this part also I have created just for your understanding. This is not given by any client. So client will never give you these things. Whatever I have given entities. So by reading this, I created entities and attributes and their relationships. Client will not give you this thing. Client will give you little more details over here, which means that what students would be having, what faculty would be having, what administrators would be having, right? And this is given to you for the understanding purpose. Okay, so if you can see, there would be a student, what you can say, there would be a student entity, there would be course entity. Technically there are four entities: student, course, faculty, and the registration. There would be the four entities. Now I have created, see, this is a Canva. There are a lot of other tools also available in the market where you can get the subscription and make the ERDs. But I want you to struggle to create the rectangles. Understand this. This is okay. So from the case study, if you can see, student would be having these many fields: student ID, name, email, major, then the course ID, title, description, credit. So this is, consider that this is written in the text format, not in this format. Okay, this is written something like this, and from that we have created this. So student is there, so this is the attribute, remember that. So one oval I have drawn, go here, elements, and you will get a circle, make it oval. So here this is the primary key, student ID is a primary key, control, I can say I can make a primary key, this also a primary key. And can you see there is a relationship between student registers for the course. So I have created this thing just for the student and the course. So you can refer these tables, right? You can refer these tables just to see how many attributes are there, what is the name of the entity. This can be name of the entity, this can be name of the entity, name of the entity, like that. And here I have written the relationships also, many to many relationships. Student and course is having many to many relationship. So whatever we have done over here, there is a many to many relationship. So we can say, we can add one more, we can add one more thing over here, that is n, and you can place that n on this end, and you can place this n on this end, which says that n to n, many to many relationships, ship. So I have done this just for first two entities, student and the course. Now it is your responsibility to complete entire ER diagram for this requirement, right? Complete the ER diagram. It is not necessary that you should use some software only. What is important? Understanding of the ER diagrams is important. You can use the pen and paper, you can use the whiteboard, but implement the ER diagram somehow. Remember that I am repeating this thing again. Whenever client gives you requirement like this, a university wants to develop a new course registration system, first thing, is to identify how many entities are there, what are the attributes to each entity, and from that you'll create this diagram. This diagram would be shared with stakeholders, product owner, developers, QAs, and other members. Then those other members, technical or the non-technical people, will try to interpret these things. Okay, student would be having these things. Okay, course would be having these things, right? And they can check the relationships also between this and this. Some people follow these notations, some people do not follow these notations. Some people create their mix and match, they add few notations on their own, that is okay. At the end, what is important? Interpretation of the database system is important. Now, after completing the ER diagrams, these would be distributed to all the participants of the project. If you have given to the database administrator, they can create the SQLs, they can create the DDLs, DMLs from these things, right? From these diagrams, actual database design would be created. So first step, understand the requirement, prepare the ERDs and give it to the concerned people, and they will create a required things actually into the database. It has nothing to do with the DB right now, just an image, right? I hope you have understood significance of having the ER diagrams. I hope you have understood what is ER diagrams, when you will create it, who will use the ER diagrams, right? And what is the exact purpose of the ER diagrams. If you have understood the session, write it in the chat box, comment box. If you need any clarification, that also you can write it in the comment box. Thank you.